Namaste, Jai Bharat. Everyone must have heard and known about the Hindenburg circus. I'll call this as only circus because nothing is transparent. They brings out statistical reports. It's something like the communists in many places. After losing the elections, they'll bring out statistics to show or to deceive their cadre that they haven't lost strength. Only technically others win. It's something like there was a communist chief minister in one place within Bharat only. There's a joke about him. It does not really happen, but someone was uh, teasing him. There was a football match between the communists and the others, and the others miserably defeated the communists. Then the reporter goes to the chief minister, the communist chief minister, and asks him, "You have lost." He says, "No, we haven't lost at all, but it appears that they won the match." Now, this is how they put things. Now, this Hindenburg kinds of caucus, they had become very, very precipitant these days because there are a lot of things playing behind it. A lot of things playing behind it and playing behind it. Now, there are many spurious houses, agencies, houses, let me say. There are many spurious houses. They bring out such statistics to say something. They wanted to make some point through the statistical games. Now, a common person has no access to statistics of this nature, nor is he going to verify the statistics. He just goes by it. Sometimes he feels threatened, sometimes he feels sad, and many times they feel offended. What is this people telling? Can this really be the case? Such doubts come to the minds of common people, but at least they succeed in sowing uncertainties in the minds of people. The Hindenburg story is also like that. Immediately after the Hindenburg story, our opposition people in Bharat, I'm talking about Bharat, our opposition Shehzada comes and openly says that the people concerned are compromised, so don't invest in Indian stock market. Now, 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 2 is 6. Look at how things work out. He comes and says, don't invest. Now, whose interest, whose tune this Shehzada is playing? You can understand very well and very clearly. There are many such spurious houses which would bring statistical lies. You see, the statistical lies are very, very interesting because once upon a time, people were accusing Hitler for spreading lies. And so Hitler was at least not a nitwit. He must have been crazy, all right, but he was not a fool. He had devices or methods of spreading propaganda. He of course used the concept of propaganda, spreading propaganda to get people in his control. But these propagandas, he was not using lie and deceit, at least in words. I don't know if he has really used it in his practical existence. But at least his convictions, although wrong, he was trying to spread. And now everyone, of course, all world, they detest Hitler. Primarily, of course, my dislike towards him primarily comes from the kind of inhuman behavior and Holocaust on the Jews. Somehow, being a Hindu, something happens to you, it hurts. I don't know, but lot of historical reasons. And for a Hindu, the most trustworthy person is a Jew, nobody else. I don't know what our others say. That's my personal feeling. So that's one reason that I personally don't like Hitler. I've gone through his Mein Kampf and read it. So he, of course, trusts in propaganda. And this is lie and deceit. To what extent it was lie and deceit in Hitler's case, it has been found out. But there are many such lie cooking houses. Somebody was some time back came out with the statistics, statistical data, this dumb research kind of data with happiness indexes. They say the Bangladesh people are most happiest. What a wonderful index. This reminds me of two great minds of UK. Jeremy Bentham and James Stuart Mill. Not John Stuart Mill. Both are J.S. Mill, all right. But John Mill is a son of James Mill. Jeremy Bentham and James Mill, in their time, two great minds, undoubtedly. We criticize their philosophy. We criticize their philosophy because the thought I personally criticize, but not the people, not the person, not their ingenuity and perception. Right? Why I said this? They brought out the theory of hedonism. They said it must be the maximum happiness of maximum number. A state must be ideally functioning on the principle of highest happiness of highest number of people, maximum happiness of maximum number of people. So they were more into statecraft in the sense, political thoughts. So this is what they put forward. Then James Mill brings out a calculation. He calls it as hedonistic calculus, if I'm not wrong. He calls it as hedonistic calculus, and he tries to quantify pleasure, happiness, pleasure. That is, he identifies certain aspects with happiness or pleasure actually, and he calls that should be fecundity, fidelity, all those things. Quite a few. I don't remember all those things, but he gives certain criteria. If there are these criteria, then happiness must be solid, strong happiness. Now, much later, James Mill's son, John Stuart Mill, he became a liberalist, and he doesn't accept his father's philosophy for his own reasons. There's something beautifully speaks. He expresses in this way: I prefer to be the most unhappy Socrates than the happiest pig in the world. I repeat, I prefer to be the most unhappy Socrates than the happiest pig in the world, to mean that these kind of pleasure, happiness which the hedonists were trying to project is equal to the happiness of a pig, not conscious. Whereas he says, like this, you cannot quantify pleasure. That's the point of John Mill. You just can't quantify pleasure. So he just said it like this. Similarly, some people comes out with happiness index. These idiots do not know what happened yesterday in broad daylight in England. The theory of hedonism and theory of the laissez-faire state. These idiots have absolutely no idea what happened yesterday, and are they not repeating the same stupid mistake again in front of us at this time, during these days? So they brought happiness index and saying Bangladeshis are the happiest people in the world. This man is doing hedonistic calculus to find out which is highest pleasure, which is maximum pleasure, the happiest people, it seems. What does he understand by happiness anyway? So I brought this point to speak about the kind of spurious statistical weapons, fetishized minds put forward to people to confuse. Nonetheless, these things are always short-lived. That devastates for the time being. Look at Bangladesh. Look at Bangladesh. They devastate for the time being, to destroy things for the time being, and create chaos for the time being, create anarchy for the time being. In the process, these people become greatest sinners. I don't like to use the word sin normally; it doesn't fall into my dictionary, but they are the greatest sinners because they are not indirectly, directly responsible for the death of untold number of people, unknown number of people, children, death, their children. They are just born, could not live a life after getting a birth. And miseries of women who are getting raped, insulted, humiliated, and raped in front of the kith and kin. Then after getting raped, pull the naked body through streets tied on ropes. These things happened. If you have seen, you have seen it. If you have not seen it, good that you don't see such visuals. But unfortunately, they can't escape. You look at it. You look at it. The way people treat other human beings. And tomorrow they will put on good dress and wear a broad smile and come to you as most deserving human beings to exist. I don't think they are anywhere near being human. They're dehumanized, monstrous. Frankenstein has his own merit, but not these idiots. They don't have. Now, this kind of Hindenburg report, the happiness index people, all kinds of statistics, and this, of course, normally we see with the communists who would play with statistics to confuse people and somehow escape from hard situations, difficult situations. But this is what is happening, and look at our Shehzada, who says don't invest. Don't you think this is an anti-national statement for a Bharatiya? I do not know how many citizenship he has. Lot of stories are there. I don't want to go to speak about stories. I do not know where one belongs with his heart. Somebody says if you don't belong with your heart in a society, don't stay there. You are well off. You have. No, he's talking about hard-earned money of people. Don't invest. I heard that video. That's why. Hard-earned money of the people don't invest in the stock market. Yes, does he have any right to speak about hard-earned money? Does he know the meaning of the expression hard-earned money? कभी कुछ काम भी किया क्या जिंदगी में? Absolutely not. Anyway, these are the things happening around. The previous occasion I spoke about Kali Yuga. Yes, these are the atharma in disguise as dharma in Kali Yuga. Anyway, these things are miserable. Lot of people coming with lot of mathematics and tell you lot of things which do not exist. Satark rahiyega, like Pradhan Mandirji says, be careful and be vigilant. Be vigilant of all these dramas, all these cooked up stories. Don't accept without thoughts. Be a follower of the Mimamsa system of Darshana in Bharat, Mimamsa philosophy in English. Accept nothing until it is convincing. No matter who says what. There's a greatness in Bharatiya Darshana. No matter who says what, no matter from where this thing comes, but don't accept if you are not convinced for yourself. Same thing. Like Badarayana would tell you, Shankaracharya would tell you, all that those minds would tell you, do not accept if they are not convincing to you. Be a Hindu, then you will know this. Be a Bharatiya, then you will know it. We'll meet again. Till then, Namaste. Jai Bharat, Jai Shri Ram.